has come. For 300 years, we prepared. We grew stronger. While you rested in your cradle of power.
What's going on, everybody? Bringing you an update with the whole Depp and Heard situation, and this one's pretty interesting. So a little recap. This has been going on for a while, but there's been some big things that have happened over the past couple of weeks. So, of course, the whole Aquaman 2 stuff, will she be losing that role? We don't know yet, but it's looking like they're going to reduce time with her, or they're going to take her off of it and replace her with Emilia Clarke. Now, there's nothing that's really officially come out on that yet, but I'm anxious to see something happen in there. Well, so we should have some developments there. The other big thing was her hiring that private investigator to get dirt on Johnny, and that backfired. The guy ended up turning evidence over to the Daily Mail, saying, look, I investigated like 100 people here. Nobody said anything bad about the guy. And then, of course, the Sun lawsuit over in England decided that they don't want Amber to have bad press, and they're going to seal, or at least have all of the evidence that she has is going to happen behind closed doors. It's like she doesn't want any bad press, which seems to kind of be that seems to be what she angles for. She doesn't want bad press. She's going to get it now. And now we have this. Johnny Depp heard fans claim actor has bruise and resurfaced video. So this is pretty interesting. One thing that's come out against her is the day before she got her TRO against Johnny, she went on a talk show, and apparently the marks that she had, they just vanished, went away. Imagine that. Almost as if she had used makeup to hide them, which wouldn't be that far-fetched. So I want to tie this here into something else. So Johnny Depp had a mark when he appeared on an interview in 2015, according to some fans. A clip of the Pirates of the Caribbean star's guest appearance on the Graham Norton show in November 2015 has resurfaced. In the video, some netizens claimed to have spotted a mark under his eye and blamed Heard for it. Now, to be fair, we can't say 100% that she gave it to him, but let's be real. Lots of stories have come out about her flying off the handle, and just, the whole leaked calls thing, which is what got me on board with this. When it came out that she was saying, oh, no one's going to believe you, Johnny. No one's going to believe you. And all of those recorded conversations of her admitting that she was the one hurting him, she's guilty. Now, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised if it turns out that this is her that did this to him. But let's see what the people are saying. We have some quotes here. I see that, and I'm furious with the piece of S of A.H. Of course, saying Miss Heard. How she did such a criminal thing. She deserves jail, and he stays so cool, OMG. But inside was a hail. Next up, I know the Johnny Depp I have always adored is not the one that we have seen for several years. I know who's to blame because he was never like this with Vanessa P. And then many netizens claimed that there is definitely a mark on Depp's face. One social media user explained that it was not a shadow because it never moves when his face moves. Another person opened up that it's the reason they wanted Depp to return to the Pirates of the Caribbean film. This is why we bring back Captain Jack, justice for Johnny. So continuing on, while fans may be convinced that Depp is sporting a mark, there has been no confirmation that the actor is indeed bruised during the interview. And I think that that's important to put out there. However, I think that there is substantial evidence that something's going on with Heard and that she's kind of crazy. So I found this, and I think this is perfect to tie into that new revelation. This came out March 11th. Blind rages. Amber Heard's ex-assistant accuses her of being a little baddie. And I think this stuff is important because it paints a picture. I keep going back to that deposition tape where she's snacking and smacking her mouth and rolling her eyes. And then you see stuff like this, and it's just like, this chick's crazy, man. She's got massive issues. And, it sucks that people just get destroyed over just wild accusations, and it's nice to see. It's nice to see some justice here, and I do think that he's going to get it. So, Kate James worked for the Aquaman star from 2012 to 2015 and has gone on record to provide testimony about her time in the actress's employment as part of the legal battle between Heard and her ex, Johnny Depp. According to the legal documents obtained by The Blast, James claimed that the 33-year-old screen star was regularly verbally and mentally abusive and would often scream at me in that way over the smallest things. She would fly into blind rages where no one could reason with her, and even if I was trying to offer an explanation, I didn't think that she could hear me as she was so angry. She continued, it was like she thought regular things that can't go wrong in any other person's life on any given day didn't apply to her. Everything that went wrong was always my fault. I remember one occasion where she missed a connection to a flight on or around Christmas Day in 2012. My aunt was visiting from Australia at that time. She was screaming at me for literally hours as though I had made it snow and caused the disruptions for the flight. Because, it's definitely your fault that it's snowing. So I think this stuff is important. It paints a picture. And it goes on to say here, which is pretty interesting, about how the first time she met Johnny and how he was kind of soft and gentle. And whenever she's around him, she's trying to emulate him. And she morphs from this crazy kind of like radical person into like a soft-spoken, kind of just calm and collected version of Johnny Depp. And how she used to dress a certain way. And then when she's around Johnny, she's like wearing all these hats like him. And as she says right here, trying to mimic Johnny's style. And this is pretty fascinating stuff. And I think more stuff is going to come out. We're going to keep seeing more kind of strange tales coming out of this. And I'm eagerly awaiting, what's going to happen with that trial. I think she's going to settle. If a case like this moves forward, it's kind of in your best interest, in my opinion, to settle. And I think that that's what's going to happen. I think that she's going to settle. I think there's just too much against her. The cards aren't stacked in her favor here. And I think if she has a lawyer that's worth a damn, she'll try to get out of paying that $50 million. In fact, I think what's going to happen is she's going to have to pay a little bit and release a statement saying that Johnny was never the person that she's painted him to be, and it's going to damage her. Who knows, though? She hates bad press, and I think that's pretty damn obvious by now. There's been reports of her just being depressed, and people have talked about this from her social media statements, her releasing the picture of her drinking all that wine. And I definitely think that she doesn't want any bad press. She's afraid of it, which is funny considering she likes to get on the stage and all this stuff. She wants to have this. She wants to have this image of her being this, savior. And I think those days are gone. She's finished. So anyway, like I was saying, you take that story about how she treated her ex-assistant, and then you go back to this, where he's on Graham Nolan's show. He's got a mark. This is back in 2015. This is back when stuff was hot. Kit losing his finger and all kinds of stuff. And you think about it. Obviously, somebody was crazy in that relationship, and it doesn't look like it was totally Johnny. Now, I think they shouldn't have been together. There's probably for sure, screaming matches between the two of them, but I don't think that he ever put his hands anywhere near her. I don't think so. I think, to me, in my opinion, it's fairly obvious that she was the aggressor, and I think that that's all going to come out in this case, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't think she'll be able to get things sealed over here. Are they giving her a shield in Britain? Absolutely. But over here, she ain't going to get that. So we're going to get to see all of the evidence eventually, and I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think this is going to go in her favor at all. But anyway, just some interesting stuff here I wanted to go over. It's kind of the new thing right now, and I'll keep you up to date as stuff comes out. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you would, make sure you Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about all this. What are your thoughts? Also, throw a like up if you would. Share the video. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you're still subscribed. Subscribe if you're new. And I will see all of you on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, take a moment. Make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. There's something going on right now, and they've been unsubscribing people. So just take a second and double check on that and subscribe if you're new.